Sodies, I hope you all are doing amazing. My name is Amity and I am here with your Sag New Moon Magic. I am so excited to see what your angels and your ancestors want you to know while navigating this new moon energy. If this is your first time receiving a collective reading with me, always know that if the message is for you, you will feel it. You won't have to question it. You won't have to doubt. You will just know. I like to start off with a channeled message, and then I'll get into the tarot cards and I'll clarify anything that I've picked up on intuitively. As I prepare for all of the moon magics, I always do a brief meditation. And while I was in the meditation for this reading, I kept hearing December. Even as I was getting ready, I kept telling myself, I have to get ready for the December new moon magic. And that's not something that happens. It's almost like I could not find the word Sag or Sagittarius to save my life. I feel like there's something about this message today that is going to be relevant throughout the whole entire month of December. I feel like this message may not make sense right now. I feel like as we progress in the month of December, you're going to feel like, okay, this is what Amity was talking about. This is what she meant. It most likely is going to hit you when you least expected for the majority of the group. So I do want to make that clear. At some point in the month of December, you are going to have to face your feelings of lack. At some point in the month of December, you are going to have to address the fact that you look at the glass half empty instead of looking at the glass half full. I don't necessarily think that the lack is going to be literal or tangible for everybody in the group. For most people, it may just be your perspective. Some people, it will be literal, and you may feel like you are dealing with some sort of scarcity at this current time. But again, regardless of how it's showing up for you, whether it's reality or whether it's happening in your inner world, it's still something that needs to be addressed. Something about the month of December, it feels like by any means necessary. And that's a very complex energy to be in. Because on one hand, when you have this mindset of by any means necessary, you're working with your courage. You're working with your bravery. You're putting yourself in a position where you see no fear. And that's an amazing energy to be in. But in the same breath, when you have that mindset of by any means necessary, it's easy for you to do things that do not have integrity. It's easy for you to do things that go against your moral compass. And that's what you need to be mindful of as we get into December. You're going to need discernment. You're going to need good judgment in December. That's the only thing that's going to get you through. You need to learn how to discriminate. And we all know that the planet Jupiter lacks discrimination. And Jupiter energy can come off a little bit reckless. And I feel like that is exactly the energy that is your enemy in December. You have to be mindful of getting into these situations where you feel desperate. And I feel like desperate, like that's a scary word. Like when you feel desperate, it's almost like you'll settle for anything. And your guides want you to really navigate how you're dealing with these energies when it comes to the things that you don't have. And I always say this about Sagittarius placements, and they would never admit it, but I don't care. I'm going to keep saying it. Sag placements can be very competitive, and I feel that. I feel that energy of it's me against me. I feel that energy of you wanting to be bigger and better and badder than you've ever been before. And some of you, you're going to use that competitiveness to motivate you. You're going to use that sense of jealousy of like, I want what they have, or I can get that too. You're going to use that to your advantage. This new moon is falling into a portion that's called Jyestra in Vedic astrology. And Jyestra is known as the eldest or the senior. Sagittarius wants to be in the highest rank. Sagittarius wants to feel like nobody is above it. It's expansive energy. It's grandiose energy. And again, that's going to hit you like never before when we get into December. You could be a person who never compares yourself to others, and I bet you're going to compare yourself to somebody in December. Where they're famous, I can be famous. Whether they have that car, I can get that car. Well, they're going on these trips, I can go on these trips too. There's this energy that's around. And again, I feel like all energy can be utilized. To be jealous, to be competitive, is to be inspired. And again, I do feel like there's something about this lack that you're going to have to navigate. It's going to inspire you. But you have to use your discernment to make sure you don't take it too far. Whatever you decide to do, you cannot take it too far. And I feel like your guides are warning you of that. Crows and ravens are going to be significant. If you are seeing black birds, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what you're thinking about when you do see those black birds, because that is what you need to bring to your attention. Whatever you're thinking about in that moment, meditate on it, because there's a sign in that moment for you. I also feel like there's something here about the number 7. Some of you may be seeing the number 7 and multiples of 7. 49 specifically is the one that I keep seeing. I don't know. This is so random, but I feel like Thursday and 49 are like in Jupiter. In the color orange, I feel like they're all related. And so I feel like you guys may be seeing like the number 7, multiples of 7, the color orange, something may happen on a Thursday. I just feel like they're all connected, and that could be a more significant symbol for you right now. And also meditating. Your guides want you to meditate specifically when you're drinking. And so if you have a bottle of water, if you have, a cup of kombucha, whatever you're drinking, like stare into it and see what comes up, see what, comes into your mind's eye, because I feel like there's clarity. There's clarity in a cup is kind of what is coming to me right now. So let's get more information on what this is about. But I'm already feeling like you're going to get the light bulb moment when you're so desperate, when you start getting into these spaces where you want to beg and plead and ask and do anything. It kind of feels like that is when you're going to get the light bulb moment. That's when you're going to get the wisdom that you need to make the right decision. Good luck, Sagittarius is good luck. So it's almost like when you start feeling desperate, you're going to get this good luck come into you. I have the 5th house here. The 5th house is connected to some of the things that I've already mentioned, specifically fame. So some of you have hobbies, talents, and passions that you want to receive attention for, and you may grow a little bit frustrated with how fast that attention is coming towards you. So some of you are getting to the point where you're like, okay, I need more recognition. I'll do anything to get it. I'll start posting anything to get it. I'll start doing this to get it. It's something here where some of you want more fame and recognition, and that could be a place that's becoming frustrating for you. Again, especially if you're trying to get a business off the ground, the fifth house is connected to dating, romance, and sex. So some of you are becoming frustrated with your sex life. You feel like there's not enough love around you, and you may start doing things that you normally don't do. You may be getting out of your comfort zone in order to bring more romance into your life. And the fifth house is definitely kids. So some of you have been trying to conceive, and you may feel like you're getting a little bit frustrated with that process. There's an obsessive energy. I want to say that. There's an obsessive energy where it's like when it comes to the fifth house, when it comes to love, romance, sex, pleasure, when it comes to entrepreneurship, birthing new things, you're kind of obsessed with it, guys. Like that's what's going to hit you, where it's like, it gets to a point where that's all you can think about. It's like, again, I got to be famous. I have to get more attention. I have to get laid. I have to go on a date. I have to get this business off the ground. You know, it's almost like you're going to start obsessing over how to make these things happen. And I have Aquarius here. And what did I say? I said a light bulb moment. That's Aquarius. I feel like you're going to have this light bulb moment on how to start attracting these things in a way that feels in alignment with you. Because again, sometimes going against your integrity, I don't think it necessarily means that you're doing anything bad or wrong. It's just doing something that's not really for you. You know what I mean? You know, like peer pressure, Aquarius. It's like you may start to feel a little bit peer pressured into doing things that just aren't you, you know? And I feel like you're going to get this light bulb moment that comes in that allows you to see how you can make progress when it comes to those fifth house areas. Some of you may have like a friend as well that helps you, is what I'm picking up on. This person you can meet online, because this is Aquarius. Aquarius is connected to social media. So you may have like a friend, a follower, or something like that come to you. And it's like, oh, I know what you could do to improve your love life. I know what you can do to get more attention. I know what you can do to get your business off the ground. You may have a friend or a parasocial connection that inspires you to see some progress in these areas that I keep talking about. It's like if you're trying to get pregnant or you need help with your kids, it's like you can have a friend or a connection come in and they say to you, this is what I did to get pregnant. Maybe you should try it. You know, this is what I did with my kids. Maybe you should try it. It's like you're getting some type of influence that inspires you in the fifth house. And you'll realize that, okay, maybe that's what I can try. And it's going to resonate with you. Okay, let me like reel it in a bit. I feel like I'm getting like a little bit rambly. I don't know. It's Mercury retrograde, so I don't know if I'm making sense. But I feel you guys in this space where, again, it's obsessive. I feel you guys in this space where it's by any means necessary. You're in this space where you are being super competitive with yourself and your surroundings. But over the month of December, you are going to have this person, this social media account, you're going to have this connection come to you, and they are going to inspire you to do things in a way that feels more authentic to you. So you may get to a point in December where you're feeling hopeless, where you're feeling discouraged, where you're feeling like you're just seeing all these obstacles, right? Like, again, I'm never going to have fun. Like, I'm never going to, get this business off the ground. I'm never going to have more sex. Like, I'm never going to, see this progress with my kids. I'm never going to be entertained. The fifth house is just about entertainment. It's like you just want to have a little fun. You want to play. And I feel like you guys, you're going to start feeling like it's never going to happen. And right when you start feeling like that's never going to happen, there's going to be this spark and this awakening and this shift in your reality. And again, for a lot of you guys, it's coming from like a connection or astrology with Aquarius here. It's like you may be using astrology and you may get some download that really provides you with a breakthrough when it comes to the 5th house. One more thing about the 5th house is connected to event planning. So some of you may be trying to plan a party or a function. And again, that could be a little bit frustrating for you at some point in December. But again, I see you coming into some type of breakthrough at some point. I have death here. Scorpio energy. So we have Scorpio, Aquarius, we have Leo with the 5th house. The fixed signs just are always up in these readings. I would also add Libra because of that number 7 I was picking up on so heavily. But again, a lot here about relationships, friendships, connections, gaining some sort of audience. You guys want more of that. You want more of that. I have death with the 4 of Cups. And also the Queen of Pentacles here. The death in the 4 of Cups, it feels so empty. It feels so barren. It's almost apathetic. So again, I feel you guys just so dissatisfied with what you have. And again, the Queen of Pentacles does talk about material things. Again, there's this feeling of scarcity, of lack, of not having enough. The fixed signs want things. They want things. Like, again, they're connected to resources. All the fixed signs are. So again, you guys just want more. You want more money. You want more love, more attention, more affection. You want more abundance in your life. And again, you're just not feeling the vibes. Like nothing seems good enough with this 4 of Cups. To me, the 4 of Cups, it's become my I don't care card. So when I see the 4 of Cups, it's just complete disinterest. I don't care about that. And so everything in your life right now, it just feels like you don't care about it because it's not giving. That's the vibes. It's not giving. My love life is not giving. My sex life is not giving. The way my business is picking up, it's not giving. I'm not having fun on the weekends. It's not giving. That's the energy that's coming up. But again, this is so important. This is so important when we talk about Sagittarius energy because in order to be abundant, you must first have to feel empty. To attain high levels of abundance, you do have to feel lack. And again, I know this sounds like the opposite of what we preach in spirituality, because when we preach in spirituality, we talk about an abundance mindset gets you everything. Gratitude gets you everything. And that does have truth to it. But a lot of times everything is it's just in your mind, right? It's peace of mind is what feeling abundant gets you. But to get real riches in the real world on a material level, you have to recognize scarcity where it is. You have to be real with yourself, right? And so think about those people who started from the bottom and now they're here. It's think about those interviews. I was just watching an interview with Glorilla and she was talking about how she used to sleep on an air mattress when she was growing up and she didn't know that that wasn't normal. And now she can look at her success and she could say, I don't ever want to be in that position again because she recognizes that lack. She recognizes what she did not have. And so there's something about the month of December where it's kind of what it feels like to have nothing. And so it's going to motivate you to have everything is kind of how I could sum this up. I have the 5 of Swords. So the energy, again, it's kind of gross. It's death, it's the 4 of Cups, it's the 5 of Swords. Again, desperate is the word that just keeps coming to mind. And you have to sit with this, guys. You're going to have to face it. The 5 of Swords talks about facing your defeats. It's about telling yourself that you lost. And so some of you guys are going to have to tell yourself, this is no longer working for me. It's no longer working for me. I have to do something different. It's what's that saying about doing the same thing over and over again? It's insanity, like in expecting different results. You're going to have to be real with yourself and say that I can't keep doing what I've always done because it hasn't given me the rewards that I want. And it's going to require you to pivot. The Knight of Pentacles. Some of you don't want to pivot because you feel like it's going to take too long. And so you feel like if you stop doing what you're doing and you start doing something else, it's going to take you... Ooh, the Eight of Swords, guys. This is not good energy to be in. So make sure you're taking care of yourself in December. Make sure you are on top of your spiritual hygiene, because there's a lot of limiting beliefs here. There's a lot of limiting beliefs about what you're capable of. And the biggest limiting belief that this reading wants to address is that, yeah, sometimes success may take a little bit longer. Sometimes doing things the right way may take a little bit longer, but you'll never know unless you try. You'll never know if that way is going to take forever unless you actually attempt it. You can't say, no, I don't want to do that because it's going to take so long and you never tried. Like, that's crazy. And so there's something here where you really have to unpack all these negative beliefs that you have around how your life is progressing. I can't do that. It'll take too long. That's what this feels like to me. And, I'm just thinking of a specific example, as someone who does, engage in meditations and mantras. It's like sometimes you'll hear about these people who recited mantras for like 5 years before they saw results. And it's kind of like, you may look at a story like that and you may say, oh, that'll take way too long. I'm not going to do that. But how do you know? How do you know it's not going to work faster for you? How do you know unless you try? It's like, I can't lose weight that way. It'll take too long. How do you know? How do you know unless you try? I can't, start doing that because it'll take too long. How do you know? Like, that's kind of what's coming up here. But again, these limiting beliefs are going to make you feel like you can't do it. And there's a bull on this Knight of Pentacles. I don't think I've ever realized it. Bull is Taurus. So again, all these stubborn, fixed energies in this spread. And the fixed signs, they can be so insufferable because they're so stubborn. And again, I feel like you guys just have lots of limiting beliefs around what you're capable of. Again, I want you to really think about how this is resonating for you, because for some of you, it's almost like you could have these belief systems that I'm not ready to date because I'm not healed enough. Like, that could be your belief system, It's like you could have these limiting beliefs. Well, I can't get attention right now because I'm not attractive enough. I can't have kids right now because I don't have enough money. Like, there's so many blockages, guys. There's so many blockages. And it's like I'm pulling out cards and they're not getting better. I have the 10 of Wands. I have the 9 of Wands. There's so many energies of you wanting to give up, you wanting to stop, you feeling stuck, you feeling stressed out, and you essentially just refusing to change because it feels exhausting to change is kind of what this is feeling like to me. It feels exhausting to change. And maybe because you've done so much, right? You've been to therapy, you've applied to the jobs, you've tried dating this person, you've tried this, technique. Maybe because you've just tried so many things, and maybe this frustration is coming from a place of just being tired, I get it. I totally get it. But I feel like this is going to show up in December. And again, your guides want you to know, I have the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. If you want to be independent, if you want to be at the top, if you want to fall into this abundance, it's going to take hard work and effort. It's going to take you pivoting. Like the 9 of Pentacles, we don't know how she does it. Like, she looks good and we don't know how she does it. She makes money. We don't know how she does it. We don't know how she does it because she does it so gracefully and she makes it look easy. But again, we don't realize that she had just come from the 8 of Pentacles. She had just worked so hard. She had just used her blood, her sweat, and her tears to get where she needed to be. And I feel like to get to where you need to be, it's going to take blood, sweat, and tears. It's not going to be easy. And that's probably why this message is about December, because, it comes after Sagittarius season. It's Capricorn season. And so again, in order to keep your good karma, that is what Capricorn season is about. It's about, in order to keep your good karma, in order to keep your abundance, in order to keep your good luck and your rewards, you have to work for it. You have to commit to it. You have to stay devoted to it. And again, this is essentially a reading of devotion, because if you really want the things that you say you want, you'll put in the effort. And the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands both just fell out. And when they fell out, I heard, you'll have to use passion to get home. And so to get back to your comfort zone, to get back to a place that feels safe, to get back to a place where you can relax, you're going to have to use your passion first. And again, some of you are trying to conceive. That's coming up very, very strongly. Very, very strongly. It's like you want to create some shifts with your children. And again, they may be stressing you out right now. They may be like really putting you through it. And it's like, no, you have to keep going. You have to light a fire up under yourself in order to get your kids in check. It's like, if this is applying for you in terms of your love life, you're like, you've tried the dating apps, you've tried, meeting people this way, and you're just like, you're tired, but you have to keep going. There's something here where you tried to go viral. You tried, to start the platform, and it's kind of like it didn't get to where you wanted it to be. But with this Queen of Wands, the last thing you can do is retreat. The last thing you can do is give up. The Queen of Wands is going to keep going. She's going to be her authentic self regardless, and she's going to do what she wants to do. And I feel like at some point in December, you're going to have to fall back into this energy of the Queen of Wands. You have to start doing what you want to do, regardless of how you feel about it. Yeah, this isn't easy. It's not easy to overcome limiting beliefs. It's not easy to pivot when you've been doing something for so long. But it's about that time. It's definitely about that time. Because, you guys are you're getting desperate. You are. But use it. Use that desperation as motivation. So I hope this gives you clarity. That is all I have at this point. We are going to get into the guided meditation. Put yourself in a place where you won't be disturbed. And we'll get started. I love you all so much. Bye. Welcome to this guided meditation. Allow yourself to get in a comfortable position. You can be sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. You can be lying down. All that matters is that you are comfortable and that you are in a place where you cannot be disturbed. All that matters in this moment is your body and your breath. All that matters in this moment is your body and your breath. Allow your thoughts to travel across your mind, but don't get too attached. Allow the voices in your head to speak, but you do not have to answer every one. Connect to your body, to the sensations and the tingles, to the pain and the relaxation. Sink softer and softer into your seat. All that matters in this moment is your body and your breath. This meditation will be used to clear your second chakra, your sacral chakra, your Svadhisthana center, your water center, the ocean in your body. You are unlocking the highest potential of your creativity, of your sexuality, of your emotional intelligence. It's free, it's fluid, it's open, and it's alive. This meditation will allow you to create healthy emotional attachments where you can feel your emotions, but they do not control you. Where you can feel others' emotions, but you do not own them as your own. This meditation is going to fill your body with orange light, with joy, with happiness, optimism, and enthusiasm. I want you to envision your sacral chakra. Envision it right below your belly button, right below the navel, and right above your pubic bone. Relax into your sacral. Imagine that it's sinking deeper into your chair, and it's becoming more open and more relaxed. More relaxed than you felt in a long time. Within your sacral, I want you to envision your first piece of art. The kind of art that you put on the refrigerator for the whole family to see. I want you to envision you creating that same masterpiece today. What do you want to create? Your inner artist is asking to be unleashed. You are allowed to give birth. Your creative projects matter. Your inspiration matters. Your imagination matters. What do you want to reproduce? Imagine it glowing from your sacral chakra. Is it a painting? Is it a book? Is it a child? Or is it a brand new relationship? Are you creating joy? Is it a party? Is it a celebration? You are allowed to create. In this sacral that looks like the sunset, you are free to dance in that light, to open yourself up to expression. You have no more attachments binding you, blocking you. All self-sabotaging behaviors are being released. There's no shame here. There's no shame for your creativity, or your sexuality, or your expression, or your emotions. You are human. You are colorful. You are allowed to change with the wind, with the water. You are allowed to wax and to wane with the moon. You are fluid. You are free, and you are open. Your sacral's been waiting for this moment to feel enthusiasm, optimism, happiness, to create, to draw, to paint, to design. You have prana energy in your sacral. Energy that cannot be wasted. Energy that wants to explore. How do you explore? Do you dance? Envision yourself dancing, swaying, rocking. Dance like nobody's watching. This is all happening in your sacral, in your hips. Allow yourself to dance. Allow your hips to rock back and forth. All trauma stored in your body will be released in this dance of your sacral. Allow yourself to sing. Sing and dance like no one is watching. Allow yourself to be free. Creativity is precious. Expression is priceless. Creativity is abundant. Creativity is joy. Envision what you want to create in this moment and believe that it's yours. Your piece of art. No one has to love it but you. You're the only person you're making happy. You matter first. I want you to think about your relationships. How do you make friends? Who are you choosing? How do your relationships feel? Do the people around you make you feel happy, positive, and uplifted? Do your relationships make you feel more like yourself? Do they motivate you? Do your relationships make you feel judged? Do you feel jealous around the people you surround? How do your relationships make you feel? Do you like to be seen with the people you're around? If these questions make you uncomfortable, that's okay. Allow these feelings to be released with this meditation. Are you too busy to make friends? Do you make an effort? Do your friends make you feel free? Can you dance with them? Can you sing with them? Can you create with them? Our sacral chakra governs our emotional boundaries. Are the people around you safe? It's okay if this is uncomfortable. Allow these feelings to come up to be released. Your sacral is glowing with orange light. That means nothing but positivity can live here. Only things that are healthy can live here. All negativity will be released. Every time you dance, more trauma will be released. One more unhealthy relationship will be released. With every rock and with every sway. Do you feel comfortable reproducing? Is your body healthy? Any uncomfortable feelings around reproduction will be released. Our sacral controls the water in our body. If there's too much water, it will be released. Our sacra is so close to our gut, to our intuition. You feel your intuition in your body, in your gut, in your sacral. Use it as a warning. What feels safe? What doesn't feel safe? Who feels safe? Who doesn't feel safe? Anxiety, fear, stress. Your relationships can no longer harbor these negative emotions. Can you feel pleasure? Think about the last time you felt pleasure. Recreate that. Can you feel pleasure in creating? Can you feel pleasure with another person? Can you feel pleasure within your own sexuality? You are free. You are free to be turned on by life. There's so much joy in waking up, in creating your day, in dancing in the mirror, in doing yoga, in singing, in making art. These are ways you can find pleasure. Wake up every day and allow yourself to make the younger you happy, the freer you, the you with no inhibitions. Envision that orange light filling up your sacral, inviting in all the pleasure that you've been afraid to experience. We're deep into this meditation now. You're feeling more fluid. You're open to going with the flow. You're unafraid to touch your body, to connect with others, to hold hands, to hug, to embrace. You can dance with someone else. Movement is healthy. Your sacral is healthy. Allow the stress to leave your body. Stress and the sacral don't mix. Rock the stress away. Envision it leaving your fingertips. Envision it leaving your toes. Envision stress leaving the strands of your hair. This meditation is lowering your cortisol. Movement lowers your cortisol. When we're stressed, we hold on to things that don't serve us. But you're not stressed, you're free. You're open. You're fluid. You're wild. You dance with life. You feel comfortable receiving with being receptive. You can receive because your life is secure. You don't need to change anything. You can just be yourself. Vam is the mantra that will purify your spirit. If you ever feel stressed, chant Vam. Vam nourishes you. It cleanses you. And it connects you to the alignment of the water. If you ever feel stressed, rock your hips, dance, create. The more you love, the more love is returned to you. You are abundant. You have energy, you have vitality, and you are effortless. Your abundance starts with you and your sacral. You are love and you are light. Breathe in and breathe out. You're allowed to feel prosperity. The possibilities are endless. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to with your creativity, with your sexuality. You are living life in your full potential, like the ocean, and the universe is being carried in your waves. You comfort everyone around you because you are open and you are receptive. Because you are stress-free. You're creative. You're fun to be around. People get swept up in your dance. They get swept up in your ocean. You are abundant. You are responsible for your attitude. You know what spaces feel safe and you know what spaces do not. You know what relationships feel safe and you know what relationships do not. Your sacral is bright, it's orange, it's energetic, it's optimistic, it's free. I want you to take a few natural breaths as we come back in from this meditation. You have all you need to make today fun. Come back to here. Come back to now. Come back to this space. Come back to this room. Gently open your eyes. You are in perfect time. Namaste.